In the last video, we talked about support and resistance. And what I find with technical analysis with a lot of beginner traders and even more advanced traders as well, we kind of get lost in the making money aspect and not necessarily in really making sure we understand the basics. Okay, so and after you have your TradingView account, I want you to then take a screenshot of this screen that you see here. Okay, because this is going to be very important. As a trader, you need to have a toolbox because this will be very important for what we're going to do today. If you don't know how to add your tools to your toolbox, all you're doing is just hovering over it and you're pressing the star, and it will automatically add onto your toolbox, which you can see here. Okay, this is my toolbox. I want you to choose any currency pair, okay? Because every currency pair will have a different layout instruction. All right, we will go over why later on in the future. And you have 5M, 15M, 1 hour, 4 hour, and D. Okay, these are your time frames. We're going to go to the daily time frame. Why are time frames important? In order to understand time frames on TradingView, I need you to understand that TradingView is simply just a display of price data. So you can take a screenshot of this, you can write it down in your notebook. I highly recommend having a notebook so you have all of the important information in one place. Okay. Now, understanding your time frames is extremely important. So your higher time frames are your skyscrapers. Your lower time frames are the steps that it takes to get to those structure levels. As you can see on your higher time frames, you have this big candle right here, right? This big candle. This is a 4-hour time frame. This is a huge candle that took 4 hours to make, but the same thing can be said about this candlestick right here. This candlestick took 4 hours to make. These time frames are basically going to show you where the strongest structure levels are. Why? Because it takes longer for these candles to form. We're going to be focusing on our higher time frames because your higher time frames are going to have your strongest structure levels. So let's go right back to Bitcoin. Okay, the first thing I want you to do is make sure that you are on your daily time frame. Okay, each candlestick that will be displayed will be 1 full day, 24 hours worth of price movement. And I want you to click candles, press 1. This is going to simplify what you're looking at. Okay, take a deep breath. Okay. Take a deep breath. It's okay. It's okay. I promise it's okay. All right. Simply mark the highs and lows that you see, just like you would a regular line graph. To know what is a high and what is a low, what do your eyes tell you? Just off the muscle, this is the high of what I'm seeing. Do you agree? Right? Your high levels, I want you to go over to your pencil and you're going to change the line tool color to red. Because when price is high, we will sell. And when price is low, we will buy. I want you to circle Y. So you're going to go over to your circle. You're going to press it. You're going to click the area and open it. Just to show yourself and or me, okay, why it's a high. It's a high because look, it's a high point here, and right, this is an ultimate low because of this circle right here. Okay, so this is all I want you, I'm sorry, not because of this circle right here, but obviously because of the circle that I just added. Okay, this is the low because this is the lowest the chart has gotten. Okay, now more than likely your chart is going to look like this when you first change it to a line chart. I want you to, you can leave it like this, but I want you to keep this moving dashed line that you see. I want you to keep that in your focal point. So I want you to zoom in a little bit. I want you to drag it down. I want you to zoom in a little bit, and I want you to Be as close to this line as possible because this is where we currently are in the market. I don't want you to get lost in the sauce looking at all of this. Okay? Look at the time frames at the bottom, and I want you to go no further than 6 months prior, no more than 6 months. Okay? So these are just extra tips that I would recommend, that you do. Now, this is how you find your structure levels in the market, okay, on your higher time frames. Now, let's take it a step further, okay? How do you find the strongest structure levels? Your strongest structure levels are going to be your structure levels that have 2 to 5 touches, okay? So this is a very strong structure level. Price is currently right here, okay, at 107, 130. Shout out to Bitcoin. Happy Monday. If price was to do one of these and go up and down and up and down and find its way back up here, what do you think we're going to do? Why? Because in previous times, anytime our line came up to this red line, it went back down. That happened in October. And again, in August. Price came all the way up to approximately 123,000 and went back down. Okay, to our advanced, my advanced people. All right, what's going on? All right, now there's going to be certain things that I don't have to go over because it's already understood. All right, but off the muscle, we're not looking at line charts. Okay, I'm going to reset the daily time frame because we are marking up on a daily time frame. Here is one thing that I've noticed with a lot of more advanced traders. We tend to not really fully understand and truly grasp market structure and market trends because of how we're looking at the charts. This is too much. This is way too much. We're basically looking at the whole year's worth of information. I want you to start fine-tuning your eyes. All right. So, off the bat, we're zooming in. I don't want to see anything, more than 6 months previous because it's just going to become way too much information for me. Okay. Now, all right. This is where it gets fun, okay? Because as we know, where a candle closes is where it truly wants to be. Yes? Okay. Now, when we are choosing our structure levels, I want you to make sure that you are taking into account the previous swing high to swing low. If you have not repeatedly normalized looking at previous swing highs to swing lows, then that's what you need to focus on. Okay, because that's typically what the biggest problem is. I can tell you off the bat, the previous swing high to swing low is right here. Okay, this is the previous swing high to swing low for Bitcoin. Every currency pair, any financial instrument, I don't care if it's a fiat, a stock, I don't care what you do, right? If you are on a TradingView account, if you are doing technical analysis, you need to know the previous swing high to swing low. Simple. This could also be considered a previous swing high to swing low because, yes, we are looking at a downtrend. My apologies. This is a downtrend. Right? We have a high, we have a lower high, then we have a equal high. Right? We have a low, we have a lower low. We're in a downtrend. Period. We're in a downtrend. End of discussion. Okay. However, do you not think that after price gets trapped up, that it's not going to want to or try and retest this area? Who's to say? We don't know, right? All I want you to focus on is identifying your previous swing high to swing low, because it will make it easier and you will more confidently identify strong support and resistance levels. Okay, so now that we understand this is our previous swing high to swing low with our strongest structure levels, and truth be told, if you really want to trap price, you could really move it to there. All right, but no, I'm gonna keep it like right here because I want to see previous support and how strong it is. Okay, so that's the only reason I'm coming back here. All right, if we look at our current candlestick, today's Monday, November 3rd. If we look at our current candlestick, we're at 106,940. The last time we were here was when price dipped back October 30th on Thursday and October 17th on Friday. So you start to notice patterns, right? When you're able to really break down what we're looking at. Price has been trying to break this level, but it can't. So what does that mean? It's a very strong structure level. If we go back even further, we see some consolidation here, some sideways movement. Okay, we see some sideways movement. Here around July, and then again here in August. But price has broken this structure level. So now we have to go to the next strongest structure level where most of our candles have been closing, because where a candle closes is where it truly wants to be. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to mark my support right here because it lines up wonderfully, very beautifully. We see candles closing here. We see candles closing here. We see this nice big volume candle closing here, very strong structure level. This was in the past. This was June. We're not going to go any further than this. Okay? But this is going to be our strong structure level. And we see that current price with this dotted line is respecting it. And what are the odds that now we see a wick? And there's so much buyer volume. This is where price said, oh, no, buyers are ready. Our pending orders, all that stuff. No, this is a strong structure level. Now let's find our ceiling. Our ceiling we're going to find based off of previous highs and where price has respected it the most. If you ask me, this structure level is nice. Let's turn that to a red line, just so you can better, This is a nice strong structure level. We have quite a few things going on here, because we can see our candlesticks lose volume, meaning that they're weakening and sellers are activating into the market. We also see that sellers are heavily activated into this market as well. So what's happening? Bitcoin is very interesting, okay? Bitcoin's not going to move like everything else, but the principle still remains the same. This works for everything, okay? It's the principle. So this is my ceiling, this is my support. I want you to get into the habit of truly trapping price so that you can clearly and confidently identify your range, because this is how you get your sniper entries. Okay, you get your sniper entries from your strong structure levels on the time frame and then dropping down to your entry structure levels to get that real nice pullback. Catch all this. See, when people talk about, and when people talk about, oh, you just wait for, this is when it gets good. Okay, this is getting good. This is getting very good. And with that being said, that is all I have to say. Okay, I don't want to overwhelm you. I want you guys to really simplify it. It does not have to be as difficult as it has been. All right, just structure up as far as refocusing what you're looking at. Okay, and if you missed anything, go back in the video. All right, if there's anything that you feel like I can brush up on, or maybe try explaining it this way, if you are already an advanced trader and you have some tips and tricks, definitely comment down below. Subscribe and connect with me on Instagram. I am currently building my trading community and platform. However, I really want to focus on smoothing out all of the kinks and the tubing of traders right? Because it's just truly what I love to do. All right. So with that being said, thank you guys so much for your time. This wouldn't be possible if it wasn't for you. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.